I would like, if I may, to record a couple of poems. Yes, fresh poems. First one I finished last night. It's called Nonsense Number 42. Mary had a little can, and then she had some more. Then she drained the optics and fell right out the door. She fell across the pavement and landed in the gutter, among the weeds and fag ends and all the discarded clutter. And then there came a UFO, little green man inside. He asked her where she'd like to go. She told him, take a ride. Just take a ride, you snotty git, just take a ride and go. The booze, it don't improve her, it makes her act just so. But undeterred the ET squeaked, good miss, I do implore, your curiosity's surely piqued, pray board by the cabin door. Well, Mary was a little wankered, she thought it through a bit, and vocalised that she concurred, and climbed aboard his ship. So through the stars they travelled, the alien's ear she bent, and life stories unravelled, most lengthy as they went. Well, the ET soon got bored of this, a tale he didn't care for, so somewhere near Andromeda 6 he showed Mary the door. Marooned she was in outer space, and drunk as any lord, bereft of manners, short of grace, and never short an abrasive word. She slandered satellites, abused asteroids, reprimanded space rocks, dissed dust, and ranted at rust. She shouted bollocks at black holes and nuts to nebulae. She didn't care, was so far gone she'd have taken the very maker on. And God looked down on outer space and saw that it was shite. He scrutinised young Mary and thought, that can't be right. My best laid plan for life and man was meant to end in clover, not drunken bints on space hijinks fueling their hangovers. So in his wisdom he decreed an amnesty for lushes, that they should get what they most need. No apologies, no blushes. And lightning struck and Mary went back home as quick as shit, and laws of physics were all bent to land her back in it. And so she woke all dewy cloaked in a ditch nearby the boozer. She cried to heaven in a voice that croaked, God, why'd you make me such a loser? And God looked down and said, you clown, how could you ever doubt me? I am the maker, I'm the boss of everything, you see. And every woman, every man, the good, the bad, the ugly, are vital parts of my big plan, and I made you smart enough to see. So why don't you see? We don't see, said our heroine, because you gave us boozes. You gave us alcohol and drugs and turned us into losers. And if this is your master plan, I fail to see the logic of making morons out of man. In fact, I find it tragic. And Mary raised a middle digit at her eternal maker, 'cause faith and logic can't exist together. See you later. Bingo the pup. Bingo was a little black dog. He lived in an alley in a hollowed out log. He sang all day and snored all night, covered in filth. He was an awful sight. One fine day a princess came and asked our Bingo, what's your name? Now Bingo, being just a dog, answered not and hid in his log. The princess wasn't to be thwarted, ordered Bingo to be tortured. By hook or crook she'd learn his name, by spike or pike or flood or flame. Took him to a dungeon, chained him up, but there was no holding our valiant pup. He grabbed a sword, his aim was true, he ran the jailer through and through. He took an axe and ventured out, he gave the king a mighty clout. He split the regent's head in two, well what else was our pup to do? He took the princess as his bitch, made her roll in every ditch. In the end she smelled just right, and like our Bingo was a shocking sight. But she learned to love him, as you do, humbly scooping up his poops, and disinfecting where he'd peed, and picking off his errant fleas. And in that alley, in that log, there lived the princess and the dog, and Bingo found it quite the game to never tell his bitch his name.
That ought to do it, isn't it, eh?